Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the McConaughey at YouTube with another segment to my Providence build. I'll do it in a couple of segments, and the first 2 weeks we've done some work on the torso. I'll unbag it. So we'll look at the thruster nozzle because it's about to fall off. We've got some raised styrene and a bit of a checker plate, cross plate bit. You can see the putty, but there's a fair amount of material removed, and you can see right inside the inner frame. So we'll drop that, and the nose bit we can see right inside. There's been a ton of chamfering on the yellow components. The cuts have been a bit rough, but you can actually see that there are actual clear segmentations to the armour. Some ribs along the area where the pilot sits, the cockpit, and another cross plate. The little indentations really annoyed me, so I wanted these raised rods. The rods are sticking out far too much, and I'm going to get the perfect height by sanding them down so they're just a little less than a mil. Now, in the center we can see that there's a bit of a hatch. It could be a circular thing, and a fair amount of material from the blue has been removed to show the inside. And we've got the back that is all cut out, and we've got a lot more inner frame that's coming through. Now with the blue bit on the side we've got marked off, still working, and that's where it's going to be cut with the ultrasonic knife, and we'll see a ton of inside detail. So still a bit to go on the inner frame. It's almost very Iron-Blooded Orphan inspired. And these are the thruster nozzles for the cutouts and whatnot. We're going to prime some parts. We've got these parts painted, needs top coat, and all of the inner frame bits are painted. This is the parts breakdown of the torso and all the modifications laid out. It is a bit separate to have it in image form than just video. Do like to break it up in that format. All together assembled as a torso, you can see the large brakes, the detail, and a lot more of the inner frame protruding through. Almost a bit of an Iron-Blooded Orphans look. Final picture is we're starting to work on that limited edition action base, being as nicely detailed and whatnot. It'd be a shame to keep it in one colour. So we've painted it black, used a few clear coats, polished it up to get any lumps and imperfections out, and masked the sides to retain the black. Each stepped layer of this logo will be utilising the proper colour as per seen in the anime and whatnot. So that's going to be quite exciting, and utilising Decals will have the actual text along the light blue section, Treaty of the Zodiac Alliance or whatever it is. So this is all the coloured and inner frame painted up. I did a iron rustic colour and gloss, and there is a touch of red. You can see all the modifications, washing, top coat, everything. It is going to have a final assembly with the outer armour bit, a bit of decals, and then the head and the torso will be considered finished. I did damage one part, so I need to order that in, paint it and reincorporate it, though we'll wait until that happens and work on the rest of the project. Blue tack makes tiny parts much larger and a lot harder to lose. Each component in a Ziploc bag is definitely your friend. Now, a week and a half ago I painted the outer armour bits. One of the parts did get damaged, so it's not a part of the whole lot. It will be painted with another batch of parts. It's not too important and can be applied later. What I did was gloss black over a primer and applied Molotow liquid chrome as per the tutorial I did. So everything is just beautifully shiny and lustery. As this product is very slow to dry to the point where it doesn't really dry, it's almost reached its 2-week maturation wait. Next week I'm going to put a coat of floor polish to keep the shine, candy it, clear it again, and then assemble ready to apply some decals. I'm going to have to shop around for some nice decals for this project. I'm thinking probably red warning text to offset the yellow. We can see the Gundam marker is definitely my friend by marking where I'm going to cut away, do my works and stuff, marked putty. And these are the shoulder pads that are working. I had to cut an area out so we could see much more accented panels with the point where it goes all the way through, and little bits of detail and tiny amount of styrene work just to pick it out a bit. These tiny pieces, as each cut is unique, is marked for its own shoulder piece and reinforced with plastics that had a tendency of snapping. And this is the rest of the parts. These will be added on after the putty has been sanded. This will be the next component I'll work on. Not too much to do. I suppose there's a couple areas I could cut and accent just to add a bit more oomph, and a little bit of trimming to see more in a frame. The light blue has been added. We're going to go to the dark blue next step down before the red. I sprayed a tiny bit on the masking there, so when it's completely covered up and I need to do some colour matching, that will not be too hard to do. That's about all the work I've done. Bit of a setback, but moving forward, need to really hustle down on the modifying and building. About March, April, I'd like to be only in the painting stage. It's none of this is actually too difficult. If anything, it's probably more so on the tedious side. And if the clears are done, no polishing will be required. The base has taken me hours to mask. Though that all said and done, it's just small quick jobs per baggie, and dry, assemble, put away, work on the next sub-assembly. And when one sub-assembly, such as the very first one, we're waiting for it to dry, we are actively working on the next one. Thank you very much for watching. As always, until next time, stay tuned for further content, and we'll catch you guys next time. See you later.